Hi friends, welcome to English Study Point. Today in this video lecture, I am going to talk about an essay by Henry David Thoreau titled as A Plea for Captain John Brown, which was published in the year 1859. This essay was written in response to the arrest and impending execution of abolitionist whose name is John Brown for his failed raid on Harper Ferry. This is a place in Virginia. Basically, this essay is about abolitionists whose name is John Brown, who raided Harper Ferry's armory. Armory is a place where weapons are kept, and he raided in this place in the year 1859, but he proved as a failure. He was not able to raid in this place properly, and he was finally executed for his actions. So he died at that particular moment only. Thoreau's essay passionately argues for Brown's cause and presents it as a moral imperative. Moral imperative here means आवश्यकता, जो चीज़ कंपलसरी हो या फिर मैंडेटरी हो. Here, Thoreau in this essay supports initiative taken by Brown, that he for the first time took initiative by his side, or he taken risk of his own life by raiding in this place so as to oppose against this institution of slavery, and considers his efforts as morally compulsory or mandatory. He begins by supporting Brown's actions might appear extreme or even crazy to some people. So here he is acknowledging that, and also with these lines he is justifying that his action given the way to oppose against immoral institution of slavery. He highlights the hypocrisy of a nation that claims to value liberty and justice but tolerates the atrocities of slavery. He shows that people living in this nation are double standard people. At one side, they give importance to values like freedom and justice, but at the other side, they themselves are tolerating this institution of slavery which is being practiced in their own nation, and it plays with people's life, not only plays with their lives but also try to internally kill them. Gradually it kills them. He supports that John Brown raiding on Harper Ferry is a necessary and a good step to oppose against injustice. So by doing this, by raiding, Brown aimed to strike a blow against this form of injustice and incite a revolution against injustice. Thoreau appeals to the reader's conscience by asking them to imagine themselves in Brown's position. He, through these lines, asserts that any person with a sense of justice and a love for humanity would be compelled to act as what Brown did. Thoreau proclaims that it is not enough to simply oppose slavery, one must actively resist it, even if it means resorting to violence. So, here he is convincing people to not only verbally oppose this sort of injustice, one must take physical actions to prevent others from it. Even if it is necessary, then people should turn to violence to stop it. The essay is not merely a defense of Brown's actions but also addresses the broader issues like slavery, conscience, and individual responsibility. Thoreau highlights the inherent contradictions faced by those who claim to be moral individuals but do not act when faced with injustice. He confronts readers that see how people's opinion is contradictory. Some people mark themselves as moral individuals, but they fail to take any type of actions in the face of injustice. They won't do anything at this phase, they just endure. He himself refused to pay taxes in protest against the Mexican American War. Attributed this Mexican American War is also attributed as an act of civil disobedience, which demonstrates his belief in the importance of individual conscience, that his conscience is guiding him to protest against the American war by not paying taxes. Ultimately, if they are not paying taxes, then they are ultimately not supporting whatever actions taken by government. Thoreau argues that the government's attempt to suppress Brown and his cause shows its complicity in the perpetuation of slavery. It means that government is also in support of favoring this institution of slavery. Perpetuating means encourage. Government themselves encourage this illegal activity. Then complicity here means when government is themselves involved in illegal activity with others. Here he criticizes the legal system for protecting and enforcing unjust laws that are antithetical to true justice. Thoreau believes that individuals have a duty to oppose such laws and resist oppressive systems. The essay concludes with Thoreau's calling upon his fellow citizens to rise up against the injustice of slavery and not be passive bystanders. He tells that even if people like Brown and his cause fail, but they will ultimately inspire others to take a stand for themselves. Thoreau praises Brown as a martyr for the cause of freedom. He states that his actions will have a lasting impact on the struggle against slavery. Thoreau presents an impassioned and compelling argument in favor of Brown and his cause. Like Brown, he calls for active resistance against oppressive system and encourages individuals to follow their conscience even if it means defying unjust laws. Thoreau's essay serves as both a defense of Brown's actions and a broader critique of the moral failure of society. Our society always supports injustice of various types, which is again a sign of moral failure of our society. Then, with this video lecture ends here. Hope this video lecture will help you in your UGC NET English Literature exams. Thank you.